Everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So we've talked several times in the past about gun confiscation in the state of New York. It has gotten absolutely out of control. It's out of hand. There are just too many happening. But what I learned yesterday made my jaw drop. You guys are going to want to see this, so stay tuned. Hey, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you are one of those people that are watching this video that haven't subscribed yet, consider taking that extra second and just hit that subscribe button, that little bell notification that'll let you know when new videos come out. It's very important that we spread our message here and let people know what's going on around them. So again, I want to thank you very much for watching. Let's get to it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. So after I learned that the federal government was launching their Extreme Risk Protection Order Resource Center, which is basically just a fancy name of saying Confiscation Resource Center, I decided to look into a few different states and what they actually require for their GVROs or their ERPOs or red flags, whatever fancy name you want to call your confiscation. I decided to look into what it actually takes to get one. Now I looked at California's, I looked at the affidavit and all the stuff that you had to fill out, kind of went through everything to see who could do it and how, and kind of look at that process, right? And you take a look at a couple other states in there as well and their process, and then I came to New York and I took a look at their process and what they require, and what I found was absolutely stunning. Now when I say stunning, I mean that. I mean, this is shockingly bad. This is completely unconstitutional, and to prove that I want to show you guys page 2 of the actual affidavit, where it says petitioner alleges that the above named respondent is likely to engage in conduct that will result in serious harm to self or others. Likely could just be somebody's opinion. I don't like the way this person thinks. I don't like the way this person votes, whatever. As defined in MHL 9.39, and petitions the court to issue a temporary extreme risk protection order against the respondent pursuant to CPLR 6342, based upon the facts and circumstances set forth in the following sworn application justifying the issuance of an order, to wit, petitioner believes that the respondent is likely to engage in conduct that would result in serious harm to self or others because the respondent has engaged in, exhibited, or committed the following behaviors and acts. Check all that apply, right? But if we scroll towards the bottom right here, and again, try and keep in mind, you only have to click one of these. Evidence of recent acquisition of a firearm, rifle, shotgun, or other deadly weapon, or dangerous instrument, or any ammunition therefore. Which basically means the only box that you need to click there is, I don't like this person, I think he could be up to no good, and I know that he recently bought something. That's it. That's all you need to know. There doesn't need to be anything further than that. That is your justification for having somebody's rights removed from them and having their property confiscated. Now, obviously, you have to specify any other relevant facts down below. You have to write in there. But when it comes to the requirements of what it's actually going to take to get this petition out, it's just that one box that you need to click. If somebody got something, if they acquired something, that's enough in the state of New York to have your rights removed. Now from there, it actually only gets worse. If we scroll down to page 4 out of 5 here, and it says that this section is optional, the person who is filling out this affidavit can click 2 boxes here. One of them allows the person who is filing this petition to choose whether or not they want a direct search of the person, premises, or vehicle, or all 3. They can choose where law enforcement actually searches your property, and then it goes into a little bit more detail, and then they can also choose, by clicking another box, the petitioner further requests that the court authorizes the search to be executed, and they can choose. Why does the person who is filing for this order get to choose this? At any time, day or night, they can click that. They click that. That means that, I guess, that person now authorizes law enforcement to search your place, unexpectedly, day or night, or without notice of the officer's authority or purpose. And then you have to state your reasonable cause. So the person who's filling out this affidavit is the one that actually gets to choose where they look, what they look at, and when they show up to your house. It's unbelievable. Now, I have personally talked to some people. I have seen stories of people who have had these GVROs or ERPOs served against them, who've had their property removed, and have never gotten it back. I mean, these things, they're just gone. You know, they're supposed to come in, they take them, they say they're going to keep them for a certain amount of time. But guess what? You have to go to the court after the fact, try and prove that you're not what that person says that you are. And then after all of that goes through, it may still be some time before you ever see anything get cleared up here, but you are the bad guy until you prove that you are not. And in the meantime, they have all of your property. And sometimes that stuff just gets sent away to be destroyed. I mean, what we have here is even worse than in the state of California. Now, in California, a lot more people can file against you. So these are people who may not have seen you for 6 months. As long as they know who you are and they've been in your presence, you know, a teacher, a therapist, a family member, a resident, you know, like a roommate or somebody like that who knew you within the last 6 months. So it could be, you know, 5.5 months ago. They can file against you. So more people can file in the state of California than can in New York. But the requirements are a little bit stronger. That doesn't seem to stop anybody in the state of California. I mean, just one county in California alone boasts that they do thousands of these a year, which is an enormous number. I mean, that is the clear definition of mass confiscation. If you're talking about thousands of people who are having these done against them and they can't get their stuff back and it all happens without their knowledge and then they have to fight for their innocence later on, there is no other definition that works there. And this is something that needs to be paid more attention to. I know that some people feel like, well, it's not going to ever happen to me. Well, guess what? If your neighbor doesn't like the way that you stand, if your neighbor doesn't like, you know, what you do or the sign that you have in your lawn, and they see that you've recently acquired something, according to this, they can get you for that in the state of New York. And don't think that they don't want to. We literally have a federal office now. This federal office was created to help those states and encourage the states that don't have one of these laws yet, but help the states that do have these laws actually accomplish their goal, which again is to, you know, take away your rights for at least a short period of time, but in some cases for extended periods of time. So this is what this whole thing is designed for. It's not about public safety, which is always the guise that they use to justify pretty much everything that they do. But in reality, if we just take a look at what the federal government is doing, what the states are doing, and how they're applying this, it's not about that at all. It's just about reducing the number of people that actually have them and are able to practice their rights. That is what it boils down to, hands down. So I wanted to let you guys know about that, because when I was reading this affidavit, my eyes were this big. Just, I could not believe that that was one of the things, the only thing that you would really have to click in order to file one in the state of New York. It's absolutely shocking to me. I mean, it shouldn't be. I should just expect this stuff, but every once in a while something catches me off guard. I mean, I read about this stuff every single day, and yet still they manage to find a way to surprise me. So I wanted to let you guys know about that, and I want people to be aware of this type of stuff. You know, just be educated about it, know what these affidavits are, because they could be used against you one day, and it's best to be knowledgeable in that area. So again, if you haven't done so already, please, you know, help spread the word, share this video, hit that little alarm bell, subscribe, be up to date on what's going on around you with your rights, and I want to thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a good one.